I want to update the tragic crash on the Waterson Expressway in the South End right now as you are looking live from Trimark's camera. This is on the Waterson Expressway in South Louisville. Police diverting traffic there. There are major backups. We've told this has been a fatal crash this afternoon on the Waterson. Louisville Metro Police responding to the wreck on Waterson westbound between Crittenden Drive and Southern Parkway. At least 2 cars were involved. 1 person is dead. Metro Police on the scene, but as you can see, the Waterson is expected to be closed for some time.
I was offered employment, and when I did that, I did precisely what the law and all of the council members over there have done for 20 years when they go through a recusal process. I abstained from the vote, and I did not discuss it from that point forward.
Well, breaking news tonight at 5. He's 1 step away now from being removed as the Metro Council member representing parts of Eastern Jefferson County and Middletown.
Anthony Piagentini found guilty today of most of the ethic charges he's been facing. The next move, a vote from the Metro Council. It is a big verdict in the ethics violation trial that started in August.
The Republican found guilty of leveraging his power as a local lawmaker to get a job at a nonprofit. Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg, who along with 5 members of the Metro Council can officially call for his removal, released a statement late today saying the findings of the Ethics Commission are clear and unanimous. My administration will swiftly respond to these serious violations to preserve the public's trust in Metro government.
Reporter Travis Breeze and photojournalist Emma Geffner were at those proceedings today. Travis, how did that vote actually happen?
Well, Doug and Shay, it was kind of just a building effect in that room today as the Ethics Commission said yes to 6 out of the 7 violations against Councilman Piagentini. That was regarding the way that he had continued communication with the Louisville Healthcare CEO Council up until just a few minutes before the Metro Council voted on a very large grant for that organization. While his council future is now in jeopardy, he still vehemently denies that he did anything wrong. The councilman was found guilty of using his position to gain employment, engaging in activity that impacted his ability to stay objective, and also that he did not properly disclose conflicts of interest. He announced his abstaining from the vote to award $40 million to the healthcare consortium just minutes before the full council voted on December 1st of last year. Still, he says, though, that that is in line with what councilors are supposed to do.
I was offered employment, and when I did that, I did precisely what the law and all of the council members over there have done for 20 years when they go through a recusal process. I abstained from the vote, and I did not discuss it from that point forward.
Piagentini is having a press conference tomorrow at 9 a.m. where he says he will set the record straight. The commission did recommend that he be removed from the Metro Council. And Doug, you outlined the steps that would need to formally be taken to remove him from his council seat. We're told that the earliest that could happen is November 9th. The Ethics Commission did also vote to fine him $3,000. One of the commissioners did vote nay against that. In Louisville, Travis Breeze, WHAS11 on your side.
Right, Travis, very good. Thank you very much. Yes, November 9th, the first Metro Council meeting coming up where a vote could possibly be taken. In response to the Ethics Commission's findings, Louisville Metro Council President Marcus Winkler saying on the council's behalf, the Louisville Metro Council has officially received the Ethics Commission's final verdict. Together, we will carefully examine the recommendations and determine the subsequent actions to be taken. This is a developing story. We're going to have more on the verdict coming up tonight at 6. Today, a school is out in Nelson County after major call out. No school there. Educators joining students in protest again of the school board's decision to move forward with a plan merging 2 high schools.
It was just yesterday. Students staged a walkout at Thomas Nelson High School. Today, WHAS11's Ian Hardwitt and senior photojournalist Alyssa Newton went to the center of Bardstown to hear from teachers and one principal who say their voices have been ignored.
In the heart of Nelson County,
united we stand.
Teachers, principals, bus drivers, and students stand together for a separated future.
We're for 2 schools, giving kids opportunities because they only get one chance in life to try out for basketball, try out for football.
Terrence Miles teaches at New Haven and coaches at Thomas Nelson High. He says the school board's plan blocks the superintendent's vision for the district.
And by taking it away, by merging together, you're taking away their future.
A carousel of support came through the town as horns blared throughout the morning and afternoon.
You can hear them now. The protesters have moved away from the courthouse. They're chanting, "Do you hear us?" outside the law office of Amanda Deaton. She's one of the board members who voted yes to merge the two high schools.
That vote came 8 months after all 12 principals in the school system shared their disagreements with the merger plan.
So we all wrote a letter to share our concerns with the board's behavior and the way that they were making decisions.
Mandy Puyer, the principal who read that letter to the board, says her and the teachers have been ignored. It's what's led to the protest today that left kids at home or in childcare.
I would rather them be in school, but the reality of it is I cannot trust our board members that are making decisions about our schools, so that's why I have to stand up today.
Holly Smith agrees.
I'm out here today to advocate for our students, and so yes, students are out of school today, and is that fair to all students? Probably not. But this lesson today, the things they'll learn and see today, go far beyond the classroom.
One day of learning loss following Wednesday's student walkout, but with the possibility of more in the future.
In 2 months down the road, we'll probably be in the same boat because we have board members that aren't listening.
A call that could continue
As long as it takes.
for a different future than the board plans. In Nelson County, Ian Hardwick, WHAS 11, on your side.
Well, just yesterday, our team went to school board member Deaton's office to request a comment. The receptionist there took our number, but as of today, we have not yet heard back.
The Brookal murder case file is growing. More than 100 new documents were filed in Nelson County Circuit Court yesterday, and we're now able to see property and business records from the Kentucky Secretary of State, backing up claims by the Commonwealth that Houck is a multimillionaire. We also noticed 2 items are still sealed from the public: the video recording and a transcript of a conversation between Houck and his sister. The special prosecutor says that recording proves that the Houck family illegally recorded grand jury proceedings. Right now, Houck is in the Hardin County Detention Center, charged with the murder of his former girlfriend, Crystal Rogers. He's expected back in court in February. And now to the stunning death investigation in southern Indiana.
A woman is charged with murder after investigators in Jackson County, Indiana, found evidence that they say prove she poisoned her mother's husband. Now, her mother also was found dead. Jackson County is about an hour north of Louisville. That's west of Seymour. That's where we find WHAS 11's Alexis Jones and photojournalist Jessica Farley breaking down this complicated case. We are sorry for the delay on that story. We'll have more coming up.
We have a big update now on one of Indiana's most high-profile cases. Cameras are now allowed inside the courtroom for the Delphi murders, and we got a look inside of the hearing today. Richard Allen is charged with murdering Abigail Williams and Liberty German, who disappeared while walking the Delphi Historic Trail back in 2017. He was taken from the Westville Correctional Facility to the courthouse today. Judge Francis Gull said cameras would be allowed in to protect Allen's constitutional right for due process. Today's hearing comes amid many controversies in the case, including a leak of crime scene photos, ritualistic killer claims, and alleged misconduct. The status hearing in Allen County was a chance for the judge to address Allen, his defense team, and prosecutors on how this case is going to move ahead as jury trial is scheduled for January of 2024.
We got new photos today of the demolition underway on the Applegate Lane house there in Highview, which is filled with dangerous chemicals and explosive material. New today, we're getting a close-up look at the work from high above, from a drone. From the sky, this drone photo showing us the construction crews in protective gear wearing masks, gloves, white suits, and yellow boots. When we zoom out even further, you can see the walls they said they constructed around the property made of shipping containers. Those gray containers there. They surround both of the homes and the houses and the garage, all said to be full of the explosives and hazardous material. Take a look at this. This is the garage where crews have started taking it apart. They first removed the walls, then most of the roof, taking out the hazardous items piece by piece. After 3 months of meetings and planning, the EPA suggested the house be dismantled piece by piece, put into a dumpster, and then hauled away. Applegate Lane is blocked off to traffic and full of heavy machinery. The EPA says the dismantling process could take up to 12 days. We are expecting an update from the project leaders tomorrow.
Right now, we want to give you a heads up. There's a boil water advisory for some customers with Sellersburg Water Company. We're told a valve on Allison Lane failed yesterday. It was repaired and water service was restored. However, that boil water advisory will be in effect for 48 hours.